All right, so we have another trading day out of the way, and I am back again to access the chart, see what is going on with the plan, and see how it is unfolding. So I'll switch quickly to the daily, and then we'll look at how the trading day um, ended up. So we ended up having a bullish day. Yesterday, I said, let me just quickly put the lipstick back on. Right, so I said I was maintaining bearish for um, the sake of the order flow. I'm only going to change my order flow when we close above this level and also above this fair value gap here. But in the meantime, I think we are stuck between this gap and then perhaps that, right? Because today we are reacting from this gap and then the opening that we had here. Let's see where I can. So the idea was to look for a bearish continuation since this day is given a rejection, and then also I went down to the H4 to look for a point of interest, and so I marked this point as the range high, range low. It was only an H1 range, but now we have a H4 range, okay? And so I marked this opening gap and then this fair value gap here on the H1, right? So I will switch to the H1 and then we'll see my expectations. Remember, I mentioned that I was expecting a pullback, and also I said that because today was no news day, I wasn't going to expect much from the trading day, but it looks like we had a very nice pullback into the point of interest. The H1 will be much more clearer. So this is what I do. I said I wanted to see a reaction here for a downside, but we are seeing a very strong close inside of this gap that we marked here. So moving on to the next day, I would see how we react to Tuesday's high and perhaps see if on the H1 we are going to be able to get this same cruel markup pattern here. Okay, so I'll be expecting sort of the same cruel markup here to happen here by perhaps taking out the day's high, which is Tuesday's high, and then see if we can get an H1 closing bearish. That should be in conformity with the daily. Okay, so today I took a loss. Yes. Did I execute my plan? Yes. Did I take a loss? Yes. So it tells you that you can do everything right and still take a loss, right? And I will explain my thought process. So we had a very nice pullback into this opening gap, into this gap, fair value gap on the H1 that I was looking at, and then we had this drop. So on the M15, so on the M15, it looks like this thing that I've drawn here. We have this move, this down move. We have this one sweeping these eyes into the opening gap and then into the fair value gap, and then we had a drop closing below this. So as soon as price closed below this on this candle, I went short. I went long on Euro USD. I will show you here. This is the chart. So let me just. This is the chart. This is where I went long. So as soon as we closed above this down close candle on this one, the next one I bought here, and then I put my stop loss below this low. Right. my stop loss was below this low. So I bought here on the next candle's opening after we have closed above this. It means that the dollar index had shifted here. So I was thinking that since this was the swing high, swing low, this is the sweep into, this is New York, sweep down close, change the state of delivery, and then this would be a pullback for a continuation, but I was wrong for that. But yes, this was my plan going into the day. I executed it and I took a hit here. So that was it. I think it was for less than 1% of my time, 17 points. Yeah. So that was it for today. So now moving on to the next day. Moving on to the next day, I am still going to maintain bearish. I'm still going to maintain being bearish because we haven't closed above this, nor this down close, right? This down close, we haven't seen a close above that, and then this, and then also this down here. So this sweep here, I still continue to maintain that. I would see how price reacts after we take out the highs, because this is closing very bullishly. It is more likely that we see Wednesday sweeping it. I'll see what happens. Wednesday there's news. There's news, New York opening and 10 a.m. So that is where majority of the trade is going to happen. So I'll see the reaction here, and then I'll take my decision. I would want to see reaction on the H1 closing and giving bearish continuation. Otherwise, I would rather stay down. Why? Because it is still NFP week and it is still officially the first full trading week of the month of January. Okay, so price can be very rough, right? Or may not tip its hand for this first week. But however, I'll still maintain my bearishness. I would like to see the H110 bearish. Then we will sweep out this, and then the H110 is bearish, and then we can look for continuation. Now, coming back to the setup I took today, looking at the H1 here, it didn't turn bearish, right? The H1 didn't turn bearish. This was only a pullback, came back to sweep. It didn't even sweep this way. Came back to help off these, and then there was no bearish signal here on the H1, right? But rather on the 15. On the M15 there was a change in state of delivery, but on the H1 it wasn't. But the reason why I'll be looking for H1 signal looking bearish is because we'll be sweeping a previous daily high. Alright, so I'll be watching the M1 H1 to see if we are going to see a bearish sign, right? If it turns bearish, then it means that we are good to see expansion for the rest of the week, which is Thursday. It's going to be a Wednesday reversal, most likely Thursday continuation, and Friday going into Friday NFP. I will be very careful because it is NFP, right? So that'll be it for today, and let me put the lipstick back on. So this is what I'll be expecting previous day. I want to see what price does on the H1 after we sweep this one, right? Maybe perhaps that, and this, but I'll be expecting this on the H1, like I said, right? So I will end this video here. I'll come back tomorrow after the trading day to see what's going on. Bye bye.